Hey guys, good morning. Guess where I'm at? I'm in Campbell. I'm actually inside of a house right now. We're not getting it ready for the market. It's something a little bit new. So you're first, you get to see it. We're gonna have a little chat, fireside here next to me. We're into fall. It's October 2024. Lots of great stuff going on. I was at a super great event yesterday with a really, really great chief economist. And one of the things we talked about was the market. And with the NAR settlement and a lot of things that are going on in the market, it's important to know who you're working with and making sure the people you're working with know a little bit more about their unique selling proposition, their value, and what and how they're going to get you through that market. So here we go. Now, yesterday, we talked really for quite a while about market, dynamics, data, narratives, and I would say probably the biggest 40,000 foot takeaway was in our market currently, headlines are contrarian to the data. Now, what's that mean? Big word, right? Contrarian data. So the data is proving the narrative false. When I look at that, and we all look at the media, sky is falling. The NAR settlement's going to ruin real estate. It's going to make us all, myself included, go out of business. I've even reached out to some of my people and said, hey, you know, how's it going? What's going on in the market? They asked me the same thing. And the general comment I get from them is, oh my God, are you okay? How are you going to survive? And so that another thing that triggered me to say, we need to help understand a little bit more about the market. So for my clients, my best counsel is, as their trusted advisor, business as usual. The NAR settlement actually doesn't go into effect 100% yet until later in the year, ironically, after the election. So we'll see what happens there. That's a whole nother conversation we might have another time. But what affects the market? In Silicon Valley, stock market, number one. If you got a great, robust stock market, it's helping out our housing in the area. Then you've got a lot of other, what I'm going to call noise, distractions. You got geopolitical garbage going on. You got interest rates going up and down and sideways. Some of it self-inflicted by the Fed. Some of it self-inflicted by our own people. And then you've got paralysis by analysis. You've got people that have a 2.75 interest rate or a 3% interest rate that are so happy with the rate, they're paralyzed and they don't want to move out of the house they're in. So, Chris Thornburg was a PhD economist we met with yesterday, and Chris had some really great data that proved the narrative wrong. How so? Well, if you look at the headlines, again, like I said, sky is falling, realtors are not going to be around anymore, the economy is doing poorly, jobs are getting laid off. Okay, sounds great. And everybody seemed to have the same general tone across all the mediums. Social media looked the same, newspapers looked the same. Some of the best used to be journalists, Wall Street Journal and a few others that we all rely upon, were basically saying the same narrative. However, it's always fun to look back. When you look at the data shows that information is absolutely 100% false. We got one of the best economies we're in a decade. We've got some of the best housing prices in a very long time. We came out of COVID. It was an absolute V-shaped curve. Chris Thornburg was one of the first people to tell everybody it's not going to be a U, it's not going to be a soft landing, it's going to be very steep, very fast, it's going to be a V-shaped curve. Okay, great to say that. Show me the data. He showed us the data. Look back and what's happening now. It's easy to look backwards. We have an absolute steep V-shaped curve we landed on. Homes are back to where they were pre-COVID. Rates are still phenomenal. And what's going to happen next is you're going to start seeing Fed loosen up that quantitative easing, quantitative tightening, both economic terms.